Welcome back to this online course. In this video, I'm going to show you an amazing app called Remindfulness, which can allow God to randomly text you about the topic of conversation, the grace, the virtue, the gift, the blessing that you're wanting to grow in. So during personal prayer, you're taking time to reflect on that particular topic of conversation, that particular grace or spiritual gift or virtue. Outside of prayer, during the rest of your day, God's going to have an opportunity to text you, often at the most appropriate times, it seems, reminders about that grace. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to be using the split screen again, and I'm going to be going ahead and using my iPhone for this, so that in the split screen you can see what I'm using on the iPhone and how to navigate this app. There are a few quirks to the app right now. So let's go ahead and open up the Remindfulness app. It's super easy. There aren't a lot of buttons to the app, okay? The very first thing that you're going to see is the sound, reminders, customize settings, and about Remindfulness. The only things I ever use on here are the reminders, inactivate and activate, and the customize button, okay? One of the first quirks of this app is that if you make any changes in it, they often won't take effect unless you inactivate the app and then reactivate it. So to inactivate or reactivate, you don't have to slide, you simply have to touch the button. So I'm going to inactivate it, okay? Then what you're going to want to do is go to the Customize button, click on it, and here are the options. The very first option is the sound. What do you want God's text messages to sound like? I'm a huge fan of the harp gong, but there are lots of different options, and you can actually preview them by simply clicking the preview button. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put mine on the harp gong, click done. You can auto-suspend it. In other words, when do you want God to quit texting you? This is another one of the quirks. I have found that even though I have mine set for 7 p.m., God will sometimes text as late as 8 or 8:15. So set that a little earlier than you really want. You don't want to set it for 10 and be in bed and have God text you at 11 o'clock. You can also tell it when you want God to start texting you. I've got mine set for 7 a.m. The timing drop-down menu, super important, okay? Click it. Scroll to the very top where it says random. Okay, no one wants their friend to text them every 5 minutes or every hour. You want text messages to be random. Okay, so literally, whatever it's set on, go to the top and click random. Under that, you can click the frequency. How often do you want God to text you? I like God to text me 4 to 6 times a day. If it's more than that, then I find myself just ignoring them because I'm too busy. And if it's fewer than that, it's not bringing my mind back to that theme, that topic of conversation enough. So I like to pick anywhere between the 4 and the 6. Now here's a really important part of this app. This app is actually set up to be, I think, much more Buddhist and Hindu, okay? So at the bottom of that screen, it says ours, all, and yours. Ours means you want to use those Buddhist Hindu kind of reminders. All means you want the app to randomly pull from those plus the ones you create. If you click yours, which I highly recommend, it's going to pull just from your list. Now, it's not going to let you pick yours until you've created some, and you can create them by using the buttons at the very bottom of the screen. You can either click the reminders or the create reminder. If you click reminders, it's going to pull open a list, and at the very top right hand of the screen, you'll see the button that says create. When you click it, you type in what you want God to text to you. Please make this personal. Make this simple. It can be in the form of a statement like, Tom, embrace patience right now, or Tom, lean into humility in this moment, or if your name's Anne, Take 3 slow breaths and remember that I'm with you. It could be a reflection question. Bob, how have you been patient so far today? Or Catherine, in what one way have you loved your family today? Make the questions or statements personal and linked to this theme. Now, I like to have 4, 5, 6 reminders on that list that are all tied to the theme, and I change those every 2 or 3 weeks when the topic of conversation with God changes. The app will pull them randomly, so you might end up getting the same one a couple times in a row, or you might go a whole day without getting one of those particular ones you wrote. It's going to pull randomly, but it's amazing how many people come back to me and say, Tom, wow, it seemed like God texted exactly what I needed to hear when I needed to hear it. I love that feature. So once you type in the reminder, you can click save or you can click cancel. You can also delete any of the ones that you've written. You can edit them. When you're all finished, click the back button again, and then click active and reactivate the app. Now, let me go to something that I should have said at the very beginning, and that is when you first install this app and open it, it's going to ask you whether you want to receive push notifications. Hopefully you said yes. If you didn't, then let me show you how to turn on those notifications. If they're not on, you're not going to get any of the text. So go back to your main screen, your main menu, and go to Settings. Under Settings, go to Notifications. Under Notifications, scroll down to the Remindfulness app and open it up and make sure that all of those are turned on. Also, at the very bottom, it's going to show you whether you want temporary or whether you want persistent. Okay, I like to leave mine on persistent, but make sure all of those buttons are green and turned on. Where will the notifications come in? When God texts you, it's going to appear on your screen, but let's say you accidentally click and lose it. Those notifications are going to appear in the drop-down notification menu. So if you pull from the top of your screen, you'll pull down a notification center and it's going to show you those remindfulness notifications and when God has reminded you of something, okay? And you can always delete them from there, and when you click the home button, it'll take you back to your main screen. This is an amazing app. What a great way to be reinforced in those gifts and virtues that we're desiring to grow in. I hope that this app is a huge blessing to you. I hope that every time you change your digital sticky note on your home screen, you also go into this app, inactivate it, and change the list of reminders so that they all focus deliberately, intentionally on that grace that you desire to grow in. I hope all of this was helpful. If I can ever be of help to you in your spiritual walk with God, please do not hesitate to contact me. That might be through spiritual direction, supervision, either in person or online, through Facebook or Skype or through FaceTime or through the telephone. In any way that I can help you, please know that I'm here. May God bless you.